everyone. My name is Carmel. I work with Eastside Neighborhood Services, and thank you for joining me today. So, we are at another week of Vital Fitness. So, Vital Fitness every Tuesdays at 10:30, and I hope you're all doing well. And let's get seated in our chair. Make sure it's a chair with no wheels underneath, and we'll take a few deep breaths in and out. So, let's take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Deep breath in, inhale, and a deep breath out, exhale. Okay, starting with our head, we are gonna do a few movements here and there. This is a gentle exercise class, so it's for all abilities, and we'll get started here. So let's look right, center, and then left. Just warming up our neck muscles, and it's just our head and our neck moving. Try and keep your shoulders in place. They're not really moving around with you like this, not quite yet. We'll get to that in a little bit, but just your head and your neck isolated. Feel free to change up the pace of any exercise that we do today. And feel free to practice deep breathing as well. Try not to hold your breath throughout the time that we have. We are doing a lot of movements the whole way through that require you to keep on breathing so that you can complete and go through with the movement. Okay, let's go ahead and look up to the ceiling this time. Look straight ahead and down to the floor. Slowly waking up our neck and our head. Breathing through the movement. And take deep breaths in and out. Okay. Look straight ahead again. Let's move down to our shoulders, and we're going to roll our shoulders forward. So we're going to make small circles with our shoulders here as we roll it forward. And because we're warming up, feel free to ease into the movement or make it big right away if you feel ready to. You know your body best, so do what works for you for this All Abilities exercise class. Okay, let's roll it the other way now. So going backwards. Really take deep breaths in and out as you go through the movement. Okay. Relax. Moving down to our arms. We are going to have one arm out to the side, and then we're going to have that arm come across our body. Notice that I'm facing the front the whole time, so I'm not doing this where I turn my body, kind of twisting it around. I am simply having my arm out to the side and then having it come across my body. So you get to see and test how flexible your shoulders are here. I know I feel quite the stretch when I do this. And of course, whenever you feel a stretch, it's important to breathe through it. Sometimes you notice that I think when I exhale as I go through a stretch, I can stretch a little bit farther than before. And so try and see that if you can incorporate your breath into the movement. Also, you may notice I don't have any music playing in the background, but that's just because so you can hear exactly what I'm saying and there's no hearing difficulties happening. Feel free to play music on your end, turn on the radio, or have music on another device if you would like that with you. Okay, we're gonna do 3 more times on each side here. So here's 1, 2, last one, 3, and release. Okay. Take another few deep breaths in and out. Let's place our hands on our stomach actually, and we'll do some belly breathing. So, belly breathing is when we inhale and we push out our stomach as though we're trying to fill up all the way down to our belly with air. So, inhaling and pushing out our stomach, exhaling and pushing our stomach back in. Another way to think of it is imagine you are inflating a balloon in your stomach. So you're getting all that oxygen all the way down there. And then you're going to deflate the balloon, completely emptying your lungs. Let's try that one more time here. Inhale, inflate that balloon, and exhale, deflating that balloon. Okay. Also, make sure you have a bottle of water nearby you. Want to stay hydrated the whole time. Drink even if you're not thirsty, because once you are thirsty, you're already dehydrated, so you don't want that. Okay, we'll do some more arm exercises here. This time we're going to have our arms in front of us. So I just have it in front of me, kind of at chest level. You can have it lower, whatever works for you. But what we're going to have our hands right out in front of us, and then we're going to pull back. So this is what it looks like, a little bit to the side, hands out in front, and then we're pulling back. Imagine you're pulling, imagine you're rowing a boat in a way. So you're in front and then pulling back. When I pull back here, I have my elbows as close to my sides as possible, so I don't have it like that, where I kind of have my arms swung out like this. Try and keep those elbows, try and keep it a little bit tucked in, maybe a little bit closer to your sides if you can. It makes it harder the closer you have your elbows to your sides when you pull back. So this is what it looks like from the front. Now I'm going to show it completely to the side now. So and feel free to practice, breathe through the movement. If your arms are starting to get tired, that's okay. Don't need to complete the whole motion through. And we'll just do it for 3 more times here. So 1, 2, and 3. And shake that off. Okay, moving down to our hands now. So I'll come a little bit closer. We are going to stretch our fingers out, stretch them out wide, and then curl into a gentle fist. Do that again. Stretch your fingers out wide and curl into a gentle fist. So we are simply opening up our hands and closing them. And feel free to go at your own pace as you do this. Take deep breaths in and out. Okay, stretch out your fingers once more. This time we're going to have our palms face the floor and then flip it, face the ceiling this time. So to the floor and then to the ceiling. Doing this small wrist rotation, it's very helpful to do. This is actually something that you could also do with weights in hand, but it shouldn't be heavy weights. Maybe just like 1 or 2 pound weights. Definitely not anything over 5. But you could do that as well. But of course, we are warming up for now, so we'll we'll not incorporate that right now. Okay, shake off, shake off those wrists. Take another deep breath in and out. This time, we are going to touch each finger with our thumb. So we're touching each finger with our thumb as it goes all the way through. And again, go at your own pace or your own order of how you'd like to touch each finger to the thumb. Make it a bit of a brain exercise as well if you would like. That is up to you. And take another deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. And shake that off once more here. Okay, this time we are going to wake up our legs now. So, standing, or not standing, but sitting in your chair, we are going to do some small marching here. So, lifting your legs off of the ground 1 foot at a time, just a couple inches off to start off, or if you feel ready to do a lot more right away, go ahead and do that. But of course, just a few inches off the ground, just sitting straight in our chair, letting our legs move, taking deep breaths in and out. Kind of feel the weight, or not the weight. I know I feel it most in my thighs when I do this exercise. They're working hard to get your whole leg off of the ground. So take deep breaths in and out, especially when it's starting to get a little bit more difficult. Okay, we'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Okay, moving on. Let's go ahead and extend one leg out and then set that down. Extend the other leg out and set that down. So we are simply doing the right leg and then the left leg. Now if you can't extend this far out, if you can only get it to maybe a certain level, like right here or lower, that's okay. Just move at your own pace, at your own ability level, and a good range of motion that challenges you. But no need to look exactly how I'm doing it. Of course, if you can stretch out even more, feel free to. But I simply serve as a guide, suggestion. It's not so much a requirement to look to match exactly what I'm doing, because we all have different body types and abilities. And again, this is an all abilities exercise class. And feel free to take your own time with it too. So I know actually the slower you go, the more difficult it becomes to lift your leg. You really have to control the movement in a way. Feel my thighs working hard again as I lift each leg up. Taking deep breaths in and out. Drink some water whenever you need to. We don't take a break in the class, but please feel free to take a break if you need to. We want to make sure you take care of your bodies too. So we save these videos every week, and you can come back to it whenever you need to. So, and you can see other videos that we've done as well. Okay, last one on each leg, and we're done. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And drink some water. I drank too fast. Okay. Okay, this time. So, sitting in your chair, we are going to wake up our ankles this time. So, we are simply going to raise our heels off of the ground, and then we're going to raise our toes off of the ground. So, heels off of the ground, and then toes off of the ground. And go ahead and switch back and forth here. Feel that stretch that we're feeling. If you can't, of course, depending on our ankle flexibility, sometimes we can really go all the way up with our toes, where we can really raise our toes off the ground, I mean. But go ahead and keep on moving it. If you feel a stretch, that's all you need to feel. No need to push it farther than you can actually push it. So do it at a comfortable range of motion again here. Taking deep breaths in and out. Okay. Set that back down. And this time we are now going to go into our sit to stand exercise. So I'm going to move a little bit to the side here. And for the sit to stand exercise, make sure, again, you have a chair that has no wheels underneath. You don't want it moving around when we do this exercise or doing any of our exercises. But we are going to sit towards the edge of our chair so we have room underneath our legs. It's not supported by the chair. And our feet flat on the ground here. Our posture is upright the whole entire time when we do this. And we're going to take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. Relax those shoulders, place your hands at your sides. Another one, take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Okay. First part to our sit to stand is leaning over, stretching our hands right in front of us, keeping that posture straight the whole time. So you're not hunching over and looking down, but you're looking up, straight back, and come back to center. Let's try that again. So inhale when you stretch over, exhale, come back. Inhale, lean over, look straight ahead, come back. Inhale, stretch, exhale, come back. Do it at a comfortable range of motion again here, one more time. Inhale, and exhale. Okay, the second part to our sit to stand. If you can, we are going to lift a little bit off our chair. Feel free to just watch for now unless you are already familiar with it. But we are going to lift a few inches off our chair and gently come back down. Try not to plop down. So there are multiple ways to do this. And if you would like to just continue stretching over and coming back, instead of adding that small lift, keep on doing that. But what I'm going to grab here is another chair. I have another chair in front of me, and I'm going to do the chair-assisted version of this exercise. So I have a chair right in front of me here. Let me back up a bit so you can see that chair a little bit clearer. But I have a chair right in front of me, and I'm going to use this to help me boost myself up off of this chair that I'm sitting on. So again, sit towards the edge of your chair, feet flat on the floor, posture is upright, shoulders relaxed. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. We're going to put the two together because this is a momentum-based sit to stand. So we're slowly building up the momentum. So first part, no lifting yet. We are simply going to lean over. Inhale. Exhale. Now lift a little. Inhale. And exhale. Let's try that again. So inhale, lean over, no lifting. Exhale. Lift a little this time. And exhale. So that is the chair-assisted version of that exercise. We are going to do it without the chair assist this time. This is how you do it with just your arms, boosting you up for momentum. And so, let's go ahead, do our first part. We're no lifting yet. Inhale. Exhale. Lift a little now. Inhale. And gently down. Exhale. Okay, and then one last variation here. We are going to both use our legs and our arms for momentum. So feel free to just watch for now. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. We're always going to start with that first motion with no lifting yet. We're going to inhale, lean over. Exhale. And then for the second part, we're going to lean back, lifting our legs off of the ground here. And then we're going to inhale, push, exhale. So we're using both our arms for momentum and then also our legs, that rocking motion of getting yourself off of the ground, really kind of stopping the ground in a way as we get ourselves off that chair. Okay, let's try those two again. And we'll just try it for 2 more times here before we move on to the next exercise. Let's take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. First motion where we lift, or we do not lift off of our chairs yet. We just lean over. Inhale. Exhale. Now lift a little. And exhale. One last time here. And inhale. Exhale. Lift a little. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, so choose whichever variation works best for you. And for this last one, because it's called a sit to stand, we're going to stand all the way up. Let's do it 2 or 3 times here. And if you need the chair in front of you to help you up, go ahead and do that. I'm going to do it kind of, I guess, the regular way. But feel free to adjust as needed. Take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. First motion, no lifting yet off our chair. So we're simply going to inhale, exhale, lift a little this time, inhale, gently back down, exhale. Now stand all the way up, inhale, and set your arms down, exhale. Okay, scoot back to your chair. Don't just sit down just yet, but feel that chair behind you. You know where you're going to sit down. It's right behind your legs. And we are going to take a deep breath in and inhale. Gently sit back down as we exhale and push our arms out. Okay, let's scoot to the edge of our chair again here. Posture is straight, shoulders relaxed. And we're gonna do that all over again here. I'm gonna do it this time with that rock back to show that variation of the exercise. So let's take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. We're going to do our first motion of no lifting yet. We're going to inhale as we lean over. Exhale. We're going to lift a little this time. Inhale. Gently back down. Exhale. Now stand all the way up. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. For those of you who would like to stay seated down, go ahead and stay seated down. We'll do seated variations of the exercises that we're about to do. But for those of you who are already standing up, go ahead and stand up and stand behind your chair here. We're going to drink some water if you need to, take a break if you need to. We're going to go into standing exercises now. Okay. So standing behind your chair, feel free to hold on to that chair for support if you need to. But we are going to wake up our ankles again here. So we are going to extend one leg out. You can do this seated down as well. Just extend one leg out. And then draw a circle with your toes. So we're drawing as big of a circle as we can, going one direction. Switch, other side now this time. This is a bit of a balancing act as well, having all our weight on one leg. Okay, switch legs. Again, extend that leg out and then draw a circle with your toes. So we are drawing as big of a circle as we can. Hold on to that chair for support if you need that balance. Switch directions. Something to improve your balance is also to focus on one thing on the wall maybe, or maybe it's the corner of a screen of wherever you're watching this. That's another trick, kind of keeping focus on one thing helps with your balance. Okay, relax, shake off those legs. Ankles are a little bit warmed up here. And standing behind your chair again, I have my hands on my chair here for support. And what we're going to do is we are going to go up on our toes and then back down to the floor. So lift your heels off of the ground, try and go on your tippy toes and then back down to the floor. Lifting and then coming back down. Lifting and then coming back down. Now again, the movements that I show, you don't have to mirror exactly what I'm doing, but as long as you feel, I know I feel it here in my calves, as long as you feel that stretch, that muscle kind of clenching, trying to work hard and lift your whole body off of the ground, that's all you need to feel. Go ahead and keep on going. I'll show what this looks like seated down. But it's essentially the same thing. It's similar to what we were doing earlier. The closer you are to the edge of your seat, the more you feel the weight of your legs being pushed up as you lift your heels. So feel free to do that if you would like that extra challenge. Okay, let's go for 5 more. You're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And shake those legs off again here. Still standing behind your chair. Now for this one, feel free to be behind your chair, holding on to it if you need that support, or hold on to your hips, whatever works for you. Or just rest at your sides. But we are simply going to step one to the side, come back to center, and then to the other side. Come back to center. So step one to the side, center, other side, center. Feel free to take as big of a step as you'd like. You can really make this more difficult the farther you go. But that is up to you. Keep on going. I'm going to show what this looks like seated down. But we are simply going to extend one leg out and back in. Out, back in. Moving our legs side to side here. Taking deep breaths in and out. And let's keep on going. Taking deep breaths in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Remember, try not to hold your breath. Now for a challenge, keep on going if you're standing up. I'm going to show what the challenge looks like when you're sitting down first. But what we're going to do is we are going to lift our legs as it goes to the side now. So imagine you're stepping over something as you open up your hips a little bit more. Feel that stretch. But this is the challenge for if you'd like to do this sitting down. If you're standing up, still keep on moving side to side. I'll show what the challenge for those who are sitting down looks like now. But stepping to the side, we're going to do a mini squat. So that's the small challenge that we're going to do. Step to the side, a mini squat. So what we mean by squatting is imagine you are sitting down in a chair, so you kind of are sticking your butt out a bit, sitting down in a chair, and then straightening it back out. So you're not actually sitting down. So you step to the side, mini squat, and it's a mini squat because the full-on squat is kind of all the way down here, where your legs are like at a 90-degree angle, if that makes sense. But if you would like to do a full-on squat, feel free to do that. So, of course, the lower you go, the more difficult it becomes. We are just going to do this for 2 more times on each side here. Taking deep breaths in and out. And one last on each side. And straighten out. Take another deep breath in. Hands on our stomach, belly breathing. We're going to inhale through our nose. Inflate that balloon in our stomach. Fill that all up with air. And then exhale it all out. Again, inhaling through our nose. And exhaling through our mouth. Inhaling through our nose and exhaling through our mouth. Okay. So let's go ahead and sit back down here. Take some water if you need to. Okay, so let's give a bit of a break. Let's take a deep breath in and inhale again. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Really ground ourselves into our receipt. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. So this time, let's move back to our upper body here and keep on exercising it. We are going to look this time side to side, but this time our shoulders are going to follow. So it's getting a bit of a stretch here in our abdomen area, our obliques, kind of the sides of our stomachs. And we are going to inhale as we look to one side. Exhale when we look centered. Inhale. Exhale. If you would like the challenge right away, you can look all the way back behind you and then coming back to center, all the way back behind you and coming back to center. So having even more of a twisting motion as we stretch from one side to the other, taking deep breaths in and out. And we are going to inhale and exhale all the way through. Inhaling and exhaling and just breathing in general is really important when we do stretches like these, because we don't want any of our muscles or our joints to lock up when we do stretches, especially stretches that we're not used to doing on a regular basis. So this one's a good exercise for making sure we're aware of our surroundings and looking around. Maybe it's to make sure that our head can look back if we're, say we're driving. We have to look at that blind spot. It's a pretty good exercise to keep on moving. These small movements that when we don't do it, we eventually lose it. So it's important to keep on moving. Okay, come back to center. Let's take a few deep breaths again. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more time. Inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your mouth. Okay. So we stretched out our obliques a little bit. Let's work on the front of our abs here. So we are going to sit away from our chair. I'm close to the edge of my chair here. Just want to make sure that we have room in between our back and the back of the chair. And we're going to take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Have your hands cross it right at your chest. I kind of just have my fingertips at my shoulders. And what we're going to do is we are going to lean back. And when we lean back, keep our whole entire back straight the whole entire time. So lean back, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I usually inhale when I lean back, exhale when I come back up to center, sitting straight. Kind of really feel your abdomen here, kind of clench. I know I feel it most when I am leaning back, then trying getting myself up. Again, let's do this 3 more times here. Incorporate that breath with wherever it works best for you to get through that movement. Last one. Okay, let's take a number of deep breaths in and out here now. Place our hands again on our stomach. Do some belly breathing. We're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. I forgot to mention that when we do that, again, I simply act as a guide. You don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing. But if you are feeling that stomach kind of clench, then that's the feeling that you should be feeling. So, however that looks for you, whatever your range of motion when you move, um, whatever works best for you, it's important to just keep on moving anyway. So, drink some water if you haven't yet. That's the key thing about the exercises that we do. It's an all abilities exercise class, so as long as you keep on moving to the best of your ability, that's the important part. Okay, so let's take a break from all our abdomen area, our exercises with our core, which is super important because it helps us with everything. Um, let's move back to our hands now. So I have some 2 pound weights here with me, so they're just 2 pounds each. Um, this is something that you don't need. Feel free to use small weights that you have if you have them, or you can use things like cans of soup, maybe water bottles in each hand, those plastic water bottles or something like that. Um, Feel free to use whatever items you have around your house to do it. And again, you don't need it either. So I am going to show one exercise here, and I'm going to show it without weights first for those of you who do not have these at home. But what we're going to do is have your hands, clasp them together. So I just clasp my hands together, raise it above my head here, and then I'm going to bend it back and then straighten it back out. So from the side, have my hands outstretched all the way up to the ceiling. It's pointing, and then it's bending back. So we are just doing this motion right here. And if you have a weight with you, you can do this with your weight. So I'm holding onto my weight here, and I'm really controlling that movement, especially when it goes down. I don't want to let gravity just let it fall down, even if I don't have a weight. Try not to let gravity just pull your arms down. Try and really guide the movement the whole way through. Inhaling and exhaling. And let's do this 3 more times here. You're going to inhale, exhale, push up. Last one. And relax. Set that down. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. Shake off those arms. Okay. One more thing with our weights again. Again, you don't need weights to do this. You can do this without them. We are gonna this time not sit, but leave our hands out, hanging on the sides here of our body. And then we're gonna take a deep breath in, deep breath out, to ready and prepare ourselves. But simply, we are going to curl our arms. So all I'm doing from the sides, I am curling my arms, and then once I'm here, I am going to extend my arms out, right straight up above me, and then reversing that motion, coming back here, and then uncurling. So I talked through that a little bit too much, so let me curl my arms right here. Lift it overhead, gently come back down, and straighten out our arms at the sides. So again, you can do this without weights. And of course, listen to your body. Your body knows what's best for you and what it can and can't do. It's important to know what our limits are when we're exercising, and that we're not just pushing through the whole entire time. Want to make sure we keep ourselves safe through the movements that we do. And so keep on going. We're just going to do this for 3 more times here. So keep on breathing as well. So inhaling and exhaling as we go through the movement. And of course, feel free to do it at your own pace too. And last one. Okay, take another deep breath in. Inhale. Deep breath out. Exhale. Deep breath in. Inhale. Deep breath out and exhale. Okay, shaking off those arms. We are going to be taking a break from our arms again. Doing weights definitely makes it a little bit more difficult. Also, we are getting very close to the end here. So let's do our sit to stand exercise one last time. We are going to have our feet flat on the floor, posture is upright, hands are at your sides, and we are going to make sure we're looking up, chin is up the whole time. Inhale, exhale, lift a little, inhale, gently back down, exhale, stand all the way up, inhale, and exhale. Okay. So we are standing up, but let's go ahead and stretch out our arms a bit. Extend both arms to the sides here and imagine you are opening up as wide as you can. So I have my hands here at the sides and then I'm going to push them back a little bit more. Have my chest out and take a deep breath in. Inhale. Deep breath out. Exhale. Stretch a little bit farther if you can. Have that chest open. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and give yourselves a hug. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Have your arms, bring the other arm over. So this time, all I did was that I simply switched my arms, switch my arms. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to inhale and squeeze and give myself a hug. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale. And release. Drink some water if you need to. So, just letting our arms rest a bit, especially after all that movement. And now we're shifting back to our legs. So with our legs this time, let's wake up our ankles again one more time here. And what we're going to do is simply lift one heel off of the ground. So it's just one heel off of the ground. The toes, it's still in contact with the ground the whole entire time. But we are going to draw a circle with our heel. So from the front, it looks like this. My toes are still in contact with the ground, and it's my heel. Kind of imagine it's drawing as big of a circle as it can in one direction. Switch. This is a bit of an awkward movement if it's something you're not used to doing, but over time it does, your body remembers what to do. So imagine, just draw as big of a circle as you can with your heel. Your toes still in contact with the ground. It's not really staying in place, but it's kind of moving around with it. Okay, other side now this time. Again, lift one heel off of the ground, so we're lifting that heel, and then we're going to draw a circle while the toes are still in contact with the ground. So, taking deep breaths in and out, especially when we do small stretches like these. Don't want to forget that. Okay, switch directions. Rotate that ankle, take deep breaths in and out. And relax, release. Okay, so my ankles are a little bit warmed up again here. Now we're ready to do a bit more just right before we end the day. Well, we have a couple more minutes left. What we're going to do is we are going to stand about an arm's length away from our chair, and we are going to place one foot in front of the other, and then we're going to lean into that front foot. So when we lean into that front foot, we're keeping our back leg outstretched. So don't bend it, but keep it stretched out, straight leg as much as possible, and keep the feet flat on the floor if you are standing up. I'll show what this looks like sitting down in just a second, but keep on going. And go ahead and release. Other foot now this time. So place one foot in front of the other. Hands on the back of your chair for support, and feet are flat on the floor. I have my weight here in my front foot, and I'm leaving this back leg outstretched the whole entire time. So take a deep breath in, and out, and release. If you are standing up, go ahead and keep on doing that. So again, put one foot in front of the other, bring that weight forward, and keep your back leg outstretched. Keep on doing that. If you are sitting down and doing this exercise, what you want to do is kind of similar. You outstretch your one leg in front of the other, and then the difference here for if you're sitting down is that your feet, they're not flat on the ground, so they're not like this, but they're actually flexed. So a flex means you engage your muscle, try and bring the top of your foot as close to you as possible, and we are going to lean over. So if you feel a stretch kind of in the underside of your leg, then that's what you're supposed to feel when you do this. And switch. If you're standing up, go ahead and switch as well if you haven't yet, but extend one leg in front of the other. Flex that foot if you are sitting down. If you are standing up, keep both feet flat if you're standing up. And go ahead and lean over. Feel that stretch underneath your leg. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time here, one last time. You're going to extend one leg in front of the other. Flex that foot if you are standing, if you're sitting down, flex that foot. And if you're standing up, keep the feet flat. And then lean over. Take a deep breath in and inhale. Deep breath out and exhale. And switch other leg now this time. Go ahead. One foot in front of the other, feet flat on the floor if you are standing up. If you are sitting down, you have your foot flexed, your outstretched foot. Go ahead and bring that weight forward. Keep that back leg outstretched if you are standing up. Okay, so go Go ahead and shake off those legs again. Shake that off. So that's a bit of a stretch for our legs here as we are close to ending the day. And take another few deep breaths in and out. Do some belly breathing. Go ahead and inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more time, inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Release. Okay. So, as we are close to ending the day here, we're going to do a lot of breathing exercises and a bit more of balancing exercises. So, if you are standing up, make sure that your feet, or not your feet, but your legs are slightly bent here. You don't want them locked in place. You want to make sure they're nice and healthy and they're soft knees. And so what we're going to do is we are going to shift our weight right, center, and then left, center. So when we do that, we have our feet flat on the floor the whole entire time. Feel free to hold on to a chair in front of you to do that. And if you're sitting down, go ahead and do the same thing, shifting your weight to your right leg. Feel more of your weight on your right, and then feel more of your weight on your left. So, again, for those standing up, keep those soft knees. We are going to shift our weight to the right, and then center, and then to the left. So shifting our weight doesn't necessarily mean tip over to one side. Keep yourself straight as we move right to left. And if you feel your ankles working hard to keep you upright, that's what we're trying to feel here. That's what we're exercising. So this is an exercise that we actually do in our Tai Chi class, where it is trying to determine what our limits are. So how far to the side can I move before I lose my balance? So you don't want to lose your balance, but you want to keep on kind of challenging it to improve it. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep the feet flat on the floor. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, so that's a little bit of a taste of our Tai Chi Chuan, moving for better balance. It's a Juniper class that we do. And so, with the last minute or so, let's go ahead and work back all the way up to our head and our neck. We don't want to forget this. We are going to bring our shoulders down. Feel free to sit down as well if you'd like. I'm going to come closer to the camera so that you can see. But pull those shoulders down, and then we're going to lean over to one side. Imagine your ear is trying to meet your shoulder, but it's not doing this because you're pulling your shoulders down. So take a deep breath in, and take a deep breath out. Switch to the other side. Remember to pull those shoulders down, but you're still trying to extend as much as you can. Feel that stretch right here. And take a deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale. One more time to the other side. We're going to inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Notice how maybe you can stretch a little bit farther The second time around, inhale and exhale. And straighten it out. And shake that off. And thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Carmel. I work with Eastside Neighborhood Services. This Vital Fitness class, we do every Tuesday from 10:30 to 11:30. And we do post these classes, the videos, both on our Facebook and our YouTube account. So be mindful for that. I usually post it in the comments if you'd also like to access it on YouTube. But go ahead and have a great rest of your day. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye bye.